Today's video is going to be completely different from everything that I've done before. I'm going to be honest, I'm pissed. I am fucking angry, okay? And before I tell you what it is that I'm angry about, I'm going to say a few buzzwords, and if none of these words mean anything to you, I want you to click off. Click off this video, go study in some mountain, go to your Shaolin temples, study your Gnostic texts, whatever. And once you know what the fuck I'm talking about, you can come back. It might take you a little bit, it's okay. But a Mentai, Hologram, Agartha, Commander Ashtar, the Galactic Federation, Stargates, breathwork, 12 dimensions, silicate matrix, nanoparticles in our fucking systems, the fluoride, MK Ultra, Project Bluebird. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's good. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then it's okay. But for those of you that do know what I'm talking about, I'm angry, okay? When you go through spiritual awakening, they make it seem like it's this whole thing. And part of the spiritual upgrade process is no longer associating with your thoughts and your emotions. But I am angry, regardless. Okay? People just don't understand, first of all, what's really going on. And for the people that do understand, there's a whole new layer of roadblocks and barriers. And one of the main things that I really didn't fuck with when I was in the Christian world was the whole concept of you can't be you, that you are incomplete. And when you start meeting all of these gurus and spiritual people, you're away from the church and that whole system. And if you weren't Catholic or Christian or whatever, this might not resonate with you, but it's just it's the same thing when you leave. And you realize that the whole thing is just like onion layers. It's the Matryoshka doll system. It's a recursive system where everything that occurs in your base reality, in your most sleep state, will continue to occur as you zoom out. It's a cycle to break, it's an Ouroboros, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that it's the same thing when you go to these temples, when you go to meet all these people that are awakened and whatever, and you realize like they're all fucking lame. Like there's no people out there that are really just angry and want to do something about what's going on in the world, you know? And there are people, granted, that are willing to work incarnated here, star seeds. They came from their beautiful little planet and they wanted to LARP as human for a little bit. And they come from a good place, right? They think that they're here to help. But it's the vampiric nature of them that bothers me. And for all you black people out there that are watching this, you know exactly what it is I'm talking about, because it's literally the way that the boring white people are, and they come and they colonize and they steal swag, they just have no culture and they want to take ours. It's the same thing with these spiritual beings, with these beings that are from other planets. They want to come here and act like they know us, and they don't. Like, this is our shit. Even here, even with the higher dimensional versions of Earth, all of this, it's just... Like, to give you a better example what it is that I'm talking about, go to New York City. Go to the Bronx. Go to Brooklyn. Go to Brownsville. Go deep. Go live in the real shit. And live with the people there. And you realize that, yes, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of frustration. They exist in at least some form of, there's mental blockers on them, yes. But it's beautiful. It's amazing. These people are so alive. And you try to tell them to do something and they're stubborn. Like they're not going to listen. You can't get them to do something that they don't want to do. And so what do you have to do to control these people? You have to set up an entire fake government, an entire fake America, the whole United States system, the corporate world, to control these people. And it takes thousands of years, and that's what it took to control these people. They are exactly what we need. That's the real Earth. Now just imagine those people awakened, the kind of things that they would want to do in life. And the irony of all this is, like, I'm sitting here speaking English to you. Me, a Mexican, a beaner, telling you all of these things. Like, this isn't my native tongue. And I mean, no language is our native tongue, but it's like spiritual normies is my issue with everything. It's so frustrating. And I just don't fuck with anyone. I don't fuck with anyone. And I used to think that for a while, the main issue was that I hadn't found my people, right? And then as I went through, I mean, for the most part of my life, like, I've really only been awake, alive, living for like 3 years at this point. As you've seen from my previous videos, I was in cults my whole life. And I'm only just now here, like, living. And once I exited that whole world and I started trying to meet people, I started trying to branch out and finding my people. Then came the added complexity of spiritual awakening. And it's been multiple awakenings at this point, as it probably has been for you if you're still watching this at this point. And as you just keep going, eventually you find these things all about how you shouldn't have sex with people that are not awakened, or at least people that are healed, because sexual contact is an exchange on a higher dimensional level of information. And so with that, it carries all your traumas, all your unhealed emotions, all the everything, you know? And so, like, that's the most extreme example. No sex with the normies, right? With the Goyim. And then we're told that normal people, the normies, they can't understand, you know? And that we're supposed to come as this kind of like guardian angel and come and like be like, oh, there, poor little thing. And that kind of attitude, it bothers me, because it's a way more subtle thing. Like, it's not the same level of condescension that happens with, I don't know, some adults. Like, when you're a kid, you know, a lot of adults are just condescending to you because you're a kid. Even if you have some base ideas, they're not going to listen to you because you're a fucking kid. But it's an advanced thing. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, it's the subtlety, like, yeah, I'm sweating just talking about all this shit. It is a level of condescension that comes, it's very like white savior coded. And when I say all these things against white people, you have to know that, first of all, white people, just like black people, just like brown people, are not a monolith. I'm gonna make a whole video on this, but the whole concept of white people bad is a whole other programming. And for all you black people out there, you think that they're your main ops. No, it's not even a specific race. It's a whole thing, you know? But, oh. And if somehow you're still watching this and you don't know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, I have some books that would help you slowly acclimate so you can know what it is, what the hell I'm talking about. All right, so let's start with the simplest. This one is right here, The Hacking of the American Mind. This is about how our endocrine systems are weaponized against us, and all the dopamine releases that are coming into our society and how it's really trying to block us. This is like the most like base level. This is just like some neuroscience type shit. So there's a fundamental truth behind everything, and there's layers that it's going to take for you to be able to get to that level of awareness. But this is the easiest way to start. And for all you people that are Christian, religious, this is a really good book, because this delves into all of the trappings, like the word traps, the word spells that are given to try to keep you externally reliant, like to keep you subservient to these churches. And once again, for all you lovely white people out there, you have also been colonized, all right? The British are the ops, okay? You are so much more. You're Irish, you're Norwegian, you're Swedish, you're Italian, you're whatever. Like, you have a fundamental belief system that your entire ancestry believed in. And that was the source of their power. That was the source of their connection with the earth. There is no less evolved human. There is no savages in the past with their polytheism and whatever, paganism. It's all awareness. It's all different ways to say the same thing. And so this is a really good book to try to help to undo some of that programming. And if you're somehow watching this and you're still Christian, you go to church, you go every Sunday, this would be a really good book to try to debate, to try to disprove. Because even that little action would be enough to help undo some of your programming. And now, moving on to some of the more complicated, not complicated necessarily, but this one is the complete Dead Sea Scrolls. There's a whole thing about this that I'm sure I'll talk about in the future. The Gnostics aren't quite all the way there. There's still some programming in there. But the Gnostics got pretty damn close. And there's a lot of texts that were intentionally kept out of the Bible and that were agreed upon in the Council of Nicaea, and I think 324, something like that. The dates don't really matter. But there's all these books that were written that were intentionally kept out of the Bible and then conveniently lost by the Roman Catholic Church. And then they were found again later in a set of caves in Qumran in around like 1954 or something like that. And within them is a lot of direct writings from not Jesus, but because he never directly wrote anything, Yeshua, my goat. But he had his disciples write a lot of very revealing accounts. And so this is a really good one to try to help you get there. And then this one is starting to tie the bridge between Christianity and all the other religions. This is Inner Christianity by Richard Smalley, a guide to the esoteric tradition. And this one has a lot of really cool little revelations where it takes some of that Gnosticism, it takes some of the Buddhism and all of that, and yeah, just... And now, for my real schizos out there, this is for you. This is the crown jewel. This is Voyagers, The Secrets of Amentai. This is written by Ashayana Dean of the Emerald Council. This one, if you know, you know. This one is the second one, but there's the first one, and there's a lot of really interesting things in here. But all this to say, another trap is reading. Another trap is wanting to learn more. Because how are you acquiring this information? You pick up an object. You scan it. You absorb its information. You add it to your knowledge bank. When the reality was you already knew. Like you already knew all of this. And all you had to do was just tap in. You know, so I look forward to the day. Oh, here's the first book of those. This is the Voyagers, the Sleeping Abductees. This one's smaller, as you can see. The second one is just kind of huge. But yeah, these books are expensive, but you can find PDFs. I'll set up some sort of resource somewhere where I can share all of the books that I've been reading in PDF form, so you can tag along with me, my schizo journey, for free. But yeah, you don't need anything. Like you don't need anyone. It's just you. And it's like the words are. I keep saying this over and over, but there is not enough words to explain what it is. But what I mean by that statement. Oh, man. Ever since moving to New York, it's been very, very enlightening. And this is a hard city to be sobering, by the way. So if you're like me, I'll make a video about that, what it's like being sober here. But yeah, that's one thing. That's just an aside. But I have met spiritually awakened people. And some of the ones that I met when I first moved here, it was rough. Because there was that initial moment when I was first starting to explore all of this whole crazy world, all these dimensions, every reality that we're a part of. When the noticing started happening. And I met someone that was very advanced and could do a lot of different things like reading minds and all these crazy things that were like the proof that I had been asking for. But as I got to know them more, it became blaringly clear that I just didn't fuck with them. And I thought that there was something about spiritually awakened people that made it necessary for us to like link up and combine and join forces and all this stuff. But I just, where are the people that are awakened and understand like memes, you know? And I don't know, maybe you watching this, like there's something that I'm missing, and I'm sure even future me watching this is gonna be like, relax, it's not that big of a deal. But it's the energy. Like we just need the punks. We need the Fortniters. We need like all the memers. We need all the vamps. We need all of YVL, FN, YRG, whatever the fuck. Like we need you to tap in and to be here, you know, because all of these things that we're creating, like it's being siphoned from us. Like we're using these platforms to build an empire for someone else, you know, and even my own moosh is being farmed by the very second as I keep blabbering to you about all these things that I'm frustrated by. But it's necessary because there's a kid out there that's fucking pissed. And he came here for this exact reason, to do shit, to change shit. And they can come kill me about it. Like, I don't care. I'll keep coming back over and over and over again. And if you can even get to my soul matrix, whatever, I don't matter. It doesn't matter. Any of this stuff doesn't matter. I'll be back over and over and over again. Even right now, I'm selling everything in this room. Right now, I am recording in my room. I don't know if you can see. But it is very barren. And I'm on a different level. I'm able to be here in this city with nothing. And I'm not scared anymore. And I listen to heavy metal. And I swear. And I do all these things. And I'm human. I cry. I laugh. I shit. I sleep. All of the above, okay? And I have piercings, all this stuff. It's just, we need more of those people. We need more of the solar punks. And there's a specific advantage that comes from being male in this world, because there's no examples of the divine masculine. And the irony of all this is that for the people that have been watching this and kept up until this point, you're probably female, because women are amazing and they're the best, and I love you. Thank God you're here. This shit would suck without you. But there's so many examples of that divine feminine. And so as I've been delving into what it means to be human, what it means to not be a human, what it means to be a soul, what it means to be awakened, and specifically what it means to be a man and a divine man, I've started to realize that I'm here just to fuck shit up. I'm a warrior. And I don't have all of the cards. I can't see the whole chessboard. I'm not here to come and try to finesse you, to try to like sell you a course, to try to make you think the way that I am, or to cast my word spells on you. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any of the structure that we have in this world. I don't care about any of these slave systems, these plantations, these phones that keep us enslaved, the Wi-Fi that connects us to these phones, that connects us between the phones. Like, none of it matters. Like, we need to burn this shit down. We need to change the entire structure of our society. We need to take back control. And the only way that that happens is not by rioting and looting and being a retard and listening to MLK, to communism, to all these things that are just more traps. You have to delve within. You have to wake up. We need you. I need you. And I'm grateful that I have this platform, at the very least, to be able to find each and every one of you. And just know, if you're watching this now, in another dimension, in the future, as my child, as my family, as my lover, it doesn't matter. I'm so grateful that I'm able to communicate this with you. And I know that this will resonate with you. And so, I don't want to go live in a cave. I don't want to go live in a mountaintop. I don't want to go fuck off to all the monks floating in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in Tibet. Like, we need you here. We need you living life. You're not special. You're not different. You're one of us. And we need you here, crying and bleeding with everyone. We all need to be here. Man. Hopefully some of that resonated with you. And the last thing I want to say is, for my men out there that are watching this, that are approaching that divine masculine, know that anger can be a beautiful thing. Study dragon consciousness. Know that the purest expression of the earth is the dragon. And included within this whole tapestry of life is death. It's not a scary thing. It's not a bad thing. It's necessary. And we're here to set things right. So please, join me, and we can get through this together. I love you, Earth Gang, over everything. It's Gaia first. We run this shit.